there's a suit going on between, Plot Twist and UMG, right? So it would be people. I see people on both sides of the fence saying, "Well, why would they let him drop music if he's suing?" You brought that up before.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they would.
But it would prove their point if they didn't allow him to drop music. They just want to make money. Going back to our earlier episode, the bigger picture, record companies just want to make money. They don't give a about your cause. They don't give about who died, and they don't give a fuck. They just want to make money.
Yep.
So they don't care about who they make money with, and that's in the same capacity. So if he wants to drop music, by all means, drop music. You still owe us money.
So that would be the point. Do they count that as a UMG album?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So here's the thing. If you look at when the album first dropped, it was labeled a certain way. If you look at how it's labeled, now go up a little bit, go to like the Hug song. No, go up. So the Hug song is listed as what? Who's the artist on that?
Drake.
Okay. Now look at Lasers. What does that say? Up.
PARTYNEXTDOOR and Drake.
Exactly. So the songs listed in the DSPs as just Drake songs, UMG eats the majority share of those songs.
The solo songs.
Yes, Drake is not independent for all you streaming morons.
And the two biggest streaming songs on the album are Drake songs.
Solo songs. Nokia and
so the songs that they have.
Those are the ones that are going to chart top 10 of the Hot 100.
UMG gets the lion's share of those records that are listed as Drake. He's not an independent artist. He can't do what the fuck he wants to do. It's not how the music business works. Go down to the bottom, Jeremy Hecht, and look at the distribution credits.
2025 OVO Sound under exclusive license to Santa Ana Label Group, and OVO under exclusive license to Republic Records, a division of UMG Recordings.
Exactly. So, moron part one. Whoever's saying making this point. One.
Why you gotta put people
Volume
down?
1.
Well, it's not the people who don't know. It's the people who speak.
Don't know.
No. It's the people who speak with authority that they know the music business. Who don't?
They think they know.
They don't participate in the music business. They operate adjacent to the music business.
Some streamers.
So, morons number one group. Moron subsection group number one. He's not independent. He's not an independent artist. He can't do what the he wants to do. Okay, they're going to get their money. Moron subset number two.
You show that DJ Envy said he could clear his own stuff. You did say that yourself.
Clearing is not the same thing as just dropping music with no ties to where it is that your rights go to. You can clear your own. That's like a sample. That's not the same legality.
He can clear himself on Nokia and those records, but then UMG still gets the majority of the money.
Correct.
Okay.
That's what happens when you sign a deal. They have exclusive rights. If you go back to Prince doing a record deal, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why likeness is included in record contracts is because of Prince. When he changed his name to the artist formerly known as
Symbol and all that,
a symbol, he beat the record label and didn't have to give them their licensing. So when they started including likeness, because what Prince did was, all right, the record company's not doing me, fuck them. He went on tour. He sold out all these venues, and you got a free album for every concert ticket that was bought, right?
That was early.
And so when he did that, he the record company. So that's why likeness is included in your record contracts, which is why like this can't just do whatever the fuck they want. Moron subset number 2. What?
This is my favorite subset.
Moron subset number 2 is they're like, oh, well, UMG is going to hold him back from. Why would I, if you're signed to me and I gave you, let's say $400 million and you owe me some money, why would I want you to get out here and go get my money? You know what I'm saying?
You might be, even if you said don't go on tour, and then I'm like, I actually really want to go on tour. You'd be like, okay, cool. Then give me the money when you.
Bro, go get my money.
Yeah.
I don't go how you get it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's my 2 cents to that. So shout out to Moron subset 1 and Moron subset 2. And my favorite song on here is
wait, one last thing on that. So, but you're still saying that Santa Ana, the OVO imprint, owns the majority of the record?
No,
they don't.
The PARTYNEXTDOOR parts of the record.
Well, most of them are listed as PARTYNEXTDOOR featuring with Drake as the second artist. So the majority of the album is still listed that way.
8, 9, 10.
In terms of the
11,
tracks.
12, 13, 14, 15.
And in the bottom credit, we say Santa Ana first, and then we say Universal Republic. Right. So they're still playing secondary to that structure in a sense.
I don't want to. Okay, fine, but I can't say too much about that because that's not my business to say. But I will say that UMG is
active.
UMG is definitely participating in this project on a large scale percentage wise.
So that still is a turning point. That's never happened in hip hop history. I'll tell you that. And it makes sense why it would in this case, because of the artists of Drake's stature. And they want to make them.
Well, that's not necessarily true. How this is breaks down. So it's the same thing as like
he's still suing him. He has not dropped a lawsuit.
Yeah, but that's feelings. That's not business.
That's big business.
No, I'm saying how the temperament of how someone feels. Like the organization as a business doesn't have you as an individual, as Elliot Wilson, might have a feeling towards Drake. The company Uprocks or Hip Hop DX doesn't feel anyway. It's a business, right? So the temperament is, yes, what you're saying, but the legality of the situation doesn't change. You drop a project, all right, give me my percentage.
But most times you don't let, if Meek Mill falls out with Atlantic doesn't say Meek Mill put the record out. They shelve you. This is what the history is. Drake's in a very unique position being who he is because he's Drake.
No, I disagree. I think it's, hey, bro, you owe us a lot of money. Go get my money.
Young Thug and Gunna. Young Thug could be against
business is business,
but you're gonna be YSL for life, dude.
Business is business.
Whether I agree with you, how you moved in court or not,
you understand?
I'm not letting you out of your YSL. Dude.
Business is business.
That's how you looking at it.
No, but that does happen sometimes. Where like if you get in a dispute with the label, even if there's money owed on in advance, they're just like, all right, well, we're not putting you. That does happen a lot.
Yeah, that's the one-on-one is to bury them. You know,
but
this is a different case.
Yes and no, but there's nuance to that. Most of the time, when that thing happens, the artist drops a song, doesn't perform, drops another song, doesn't perform, drop another song, doesn't perform. More than likely, what happens is the artist has ran through their recording budget or their production budget, and now they don't have room or money to record, and so now it's just like, well, the label's like, well, you ran through your budget,
and they can't make the money,
make the money. So go figure it out.
But one last thing, though, also with the leverage that he does have, OVO, Santa Ana, his own thing. That helps the situation go through, right? Because if it was just Universal, it's still more complex. I don't think they would put out a full Drake branded album.
I think they would.
I don't think they would. Then why bring Party? And why wouldn't Drake just do an album? Why
what's a Drake album?
Party angle.
Now
why did Drake do a Drake album as a Drake Party album?
Because that's a him call.
Him call.
That's him doing
it. It looks like majority minority. That Universal serving as a minority partner in the distribution of the overall album. But to your point, they're going to eat well because the bigger records are going to be the solo Drake records. Even if he makes 2 of the 21 tracks of that.
He's using them using Party so he can get his sneak disses off. Hidden in an R&B project.
I didn't say it. Party said it. Party said it on the album.
I just think that this. No disrespect to Party. I would much rather Party, and I've heard things, but I'd much rather Party just do his own thing as opposed to like allowing himself to be.
Well, that's another big theme, right, Jeremy? Like that we feel Party underperformed here. What we thought a Party Drake album would be in terms of R&B, Sonics and all that. Party seemed like just a sidekick to this record.
Yeah, well, it was one of those things where like it felt to me a lot like what's happened in the past where Drake's production end, and Party has a little part wherever it makes sense, but this is not a PARTYNEXTDOOR album. Like you barely hear and the parts of
Drake and PARTYNEXTDOOR's collaborative album Some Sexy Songs for You sent fans into a frenzy when it dropped, with anticipation high given their history of creating sultry, mood-setting tracks together. The album is filled with smooth, seductive vibes, blending Drake's signature emotional delivery with PARTYNEXTDOOR's atmospheric production and often moody, love-driven lyrics. True to the title, the project leans heavily into sensual themes, with several tracks aimed directly at creating an intimate, late-night mood. The songs are lush with smooth beats, slow-burning melodies, and romantic lyrics, making it a perfect soundtrack for any quiet, intimate setting. Fans were initially excited about the potential for some sultry, unforgettable hits, and many of them were not disappointed. The chemistry between Drake and PARTYNEXTDOOR is undeniable, with tracks like Midnight Confessions and Electric Love being fan favorites for their irresistible hooks and steamy lyrics. Some listeners were drawn to the album's ability to mix emotional depth with sensuality, creating a sense of intimacy without losing the artistry. However, not everyone was completely sold. Some critics felt the album's mood became a bit repetitive, with too many songs blending into one another. Others also felt the project was a bit too focused on a single vibe, lacking the variation and punch that many had hoped for.